Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Hillary Richardson. I'm the coordinator of undergraduate research, and I have with me Olivia Sagely, the OUR student assistant, and Dr. Youn Mi Lee, professor in family science. And Dr. Lee is going to be on the OUR faculty mentor panel on Wednesday, October 28th. And we've asked her here just to give us a little preview of what to expect for that event. If you want to join virtually, we will have the panel on Zoom and Facebook Live. The links and more information to that are on our website, muw.edu/OUR. So with that, I will let Olivia take over and ask you a few questions.
So I'm going to ask you two questions, and it's basically the same questions that I've asked everybody else, but everybody has a different answer, so it's really good to know. So my first question is, what does undergraduate research mean to you?
Yeah, I kind of prepare, and I have lots of thoughts in my mind, and I'm just narrowing down in two aspects. I think undergraduate research provides two fundamental foundation and leads to two different levels. The first one is like a big picture, is a micro levels that when I'm start with research with the students, I'm asking that why you're interested in this topic. So they kind of are leading to that, what are the philosophical view guiding them? So what are the world view are guiding them? So we have to start with what are the big pictures in your mind? What are the big picture in your thinking? Then we move to the theoretical point of view, theoretical frameworks. That's, I think that is kind of introducing the multiple different types of color glasses. So color glasses they put on. So when they have different types of glasses, they see the world and interpret the world in a different way. So I'm kind of have them a multiple different theoretical framework, which I'm just keep saying that in a schema or glasses in a window frame, and then they just have a different approach of interpretation, analysis, analyzing them. So they are and end up in a more think critically. So that is something that in a big picture, another big picture, I'm just like keep asking about ethical issue, because I'm in a family science. Then the code of ethics are one of our core aspects. So ethical issue is really important in our research in a big picture. In a micro level, it's a little bit of hard for them to going through, but it is help them think systematically, logically. So I just try to have them build a structure of their ideas. They bring up mega big giant ideas, but they just cannot organize in the right way. So just like have them think, it is undergraduates, it's like a training to just organize their thoughts. So for example, currently I'm teaching FSC 382, Theories in Family Science. I have 3 different draft to make one final paper. They have to go through the little by little, go on to just to organize their thoughts. That is it. And then also I have them article summary. I provide the templates. So what are the participants? What are the measurement? What is the questions? And what are the results? So they have to breaking down from the big picture, they have to breaking down. Then they have their own pieces to build up their houses. So that is something, and then also the facilitating. So those are all integrated on it. They don't like it. Students do not like it. In the first place, they just kind of overwhelmed and a little bit upset about what they have to go through, all kinds of things. But actually, I'm not quite popular instructor, so I don't care much. So anyway, because I think it is my job as a scholar. When I was an undergraduate, we do not have that training. We kind of find our own way of research. Then in my first semester of the master program, I wrote a research a paper, and I actually have not the best theory. Not the best. It was really, it's not a wrong way, but not the best theory. So I'm kind of thinking it is very, very important to learn about what are the word we use and the theories there and how we apply to it, adapt to it. So I think this is something that I'm now doing it, and then it is my idea about the undergraduate study research.
Well, thank you so much.
Dr. Lee, in spite of your admission that you're not a popular scholar, I think you share a lot of the same ideas as the other people we have talked to briefly before this panel, but I think you're the first one that explicitly talks about how research is all about incorporating your worldview and your perspective and how you treat things ethically. And I think everybody would agree with that in their own discipline, but I think you might be the first person to say it's about framing and putting on a lens from your perspective to an outside external thing. And so that's really interesting to
Thank you.
Explicitly say that. Yeah. Olivia,
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So my second question is, what do undergraduate researchers gain from doing this undergraduate research?
Okay, so maybe tons of it. But first of all, I'm just the first benefits they have is just to familiarize the library. Just like they do not fear to go to the library. So when I was in undergrad and graduate, it's like I always just like the smells of the library. But during this COVID, they just not quite accessible. But just they just go to the library and just they spend hours and hours in searching, and so now we have a lot of online search, but still they have to go there and then look at what's going on. And so the first of all, familiarize the library and how to use all the systems, and then even how to manipulate the keywords to find the best article they wanted to look at. So usually in the class I said, okay, to find the good articles you wanted to use, you have to spend hours until your butt hurts. So that is, so that's pain in the ass. I just saying it because it takes the time. You cannot just to click the first page is in the first top article. Sometimes it is not fit your topic, so you have to goes and goes and goes, and then you have to put the what is it, postcard, your keywords, then you are not going in the other direction. So that is the first things that just doing the research is the first thing. You have to have your ingredient to cook. So your articles, your library research is your ingredient to doing it. So that is the first thing. That is a really beneficial. If you're doing all the research, library research, you can do whatever from the database. Then also they can, through the research, they can learn the current family science research trend. So what is now going on? What is most scholars interested about? What are the directions they wanted to go? So it's something that is very beneficial. And the other one is, I already said that they learn the research, the undergraduate research, help them organize their thoughts. Some are good at narrowing down. We call it convergent thinker. they're good at, okay, this is my topic. I'm just going narrowing. So these variables are interacted together. But some are really divergent. So they are more likely going bigger and bigger idea. So for the undergraduate research at our level of discipline, convergent thinkers are more beneficial. But divergent thinkers, they are more like a good at qualitative research, which I have a certificate of a qualitative research, but they have to go through the quantitative one first. So they know what they wanted to do first, then move on to the divergent way. So this is really beneficial. So what types of research I'm fitting in. So that is they know about it. And then it helped their academic writing skill. Students are writing is you in the formal writing. So you, no, you do not use you, and I feel. So no, I do not buy your feeling. So I do not buy your feeling. So you have to be supported by the previous research, your statement. And so those kind of itty-bitty things, and move on to the citation, references. So writing skills are really helpful, but still students are really struggle about that. And then prepare the graduate school. I have not many, but a couple of students are send me a thank you card that they are flying in the beginning of the first semester, because they got the training. They got the training in the undergraduate research in the just a regular class. They know how to write a literature review. They know how to have their variables and a hypothesis. So they just ready to go on. So it's really prepare their graduate school. And the last part I'm saying it is they know the faculty in a personal level. Throughout the research, I have at least 2 individual conferences. So we are not just to talk about the research. When I ask about why you're interested in the topic, it comes with their own personal experience. So we talked about, okay, so is a research really free from the personal experience, or really free from their own bias? So we start talking with it, and then we get to know in the really personal level. So when they ask me a reference letter, I do not have any problems because I know them. So that is something, I know their strength and weakness. And then I know their the interest area. So that is something that is really beneficial, but it is possible because we are in a small setting in an undergraduate level. That is quite important. The students need to know that maybe it's not possible in a big research university, but we are really small, especially family science is really friendly, and we're very small. So I have only 11 students, or in a 400 level about the less than 10 students. So so it makes me possible to just get to know them in an individual level. So those are things are the benefits. I think it's a really benefit of if they are getting into the research, then it's beneficial for them. And it's beneficial for me too.
Yeah. I want to point out 2 things from your answer to that question, Dr. Lee. First, I did not tell or pay her to say that one of the benefits is using the library. Just wanted to make that clear. She's not wrong, but I did not tell her to say that. And the other thing that you brought up was how it's interesting that a benefit of something can be going through something difficult like research, or even painful, to use your words, to sit on the chair till your butt hurts. That's a benefit. But
should we editing on it?
I love that. No, I really love that because you're capable of seeing what you can do, and then at the end of it, you say, I've done this really difficult thing, and I've done a really good job, and now I can be proud. So yeah, research is not difficult because you can't do it. It's just difficult because it takes time and it takes effort. But I agree with you.
Many of students, I always prepare the tissues in my office. So,
and it causes tears sometimes too. That's
yes,
it's a very affective process.
And then the conversation has to go on and on because they wanted to know what they wanted to know. Mm-hmm. So they sometimes don't know what they wanted to know about it, but they have some ideas on it. And then throughout the conversation, we just kind of, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And then, but it's very, very painful procedures. And then during those times, they just have tears. And then, so they just have some, so that's quite of a good experience also faculty to get to know them.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm very, very proud of them when they just walk out out of our program. So like, and then when they prepare for graduate school, it's like, I'm so proud of them. But during the process, we have some arguments, and then I hate Dr. Lee comments, but it worked. It worked.
Well, Olivia, do you have any other questions? All right.
I think I'm good.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Lee, for...
Okay, so do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree with almost all of it. I want to say one more thing. If you want to hear more from Dr. Lee, what she has accomplished, our faculty mentor panel is October 28th at noon on Zoom and Facebook Live. So thank you very much.